Says, I can't do this, I have to leave. No, you're going to stay with me. Why do we put up with the misery? Are we confused at what love is? This kind of love isn't bliss. Can't you see the hate that's building, but the love that is profounding? The contradiction sounding. Your words become my feelings as I start to hate myself. The anger and frustration push back onto the shelf. I've given up my family to hold on to our love. So goodbye to my friends when push comes to shove. We're burning on short fuses, so I'll cover up the bruises and make up some excuses, because I'm the one that loses. Crazy we find comfort in abuse when their feelings are misused, and their love that is proclaimed as I hang my head in shame. But I love you so much, so I'll see what's left in store. Afraid to leave in a coffin, because you've said it all before. Until that day comes, I'll try to make it to that door. It was so hard for me to leave that relationship, but after 4 years, I realized it was getting nowhere, and I was already so down in my life that there was nothing. I was like, you know what, if I die, if something happens, I don't care. I just wanted out of the relationship that bad, and I ended up, over the course of a few months, I built up the courage, and I left. And when I left, I thought I was free because I was out of a relationship, and I thought that's what was holding me back. But the problem is, I wasn't in a relationship with God. Right. And the relationship I wasn't ready to give that up for God. I was in a relationship with the heroin, and that was the most important relationship in my life. And I didn't know God had more for me out there. I didn't know He had a whole life plan for me. I thought my life was over, that was it. I actually didn't even, when I was addicted to the heroin, I got real bad, lost my job, lost everything. I still didn't even know I had a problem. I was driving one night, and back in 2016, I got a DUI, and that was my first charges ever. I got arrested that night, and my dad came pick me up, he took me to Steak and Shake. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't even remember half the night. I remember us going to Steak and Shake, I remember sitting in the truck with him and riding back, and I was like, man, Dad, I gotta tell you something. And he knew something was up, it's parents, they know something's up, but, I told him about my addiction. I was like, I'm addicted to heroin. I knew he knew something was up this whole, past couple of years, but I didn't know that he didn't know what it was. He didn't know how bad it was. And I told him I needed help. I was an addict, but I was ready to be out of denial, man. And a week later, him and my mom, they got me in a car on my way to Colorado. A little bit of hesitation. I wasn't really wanting to go to Colorado, but, I decided it was probably the best thing for me. And so I went to rehab. When I went to this rehab, I wasn't really ready to commit myself. And so when I was there, I was one step in, one foot out. The first 2 weeks, I was being angry, trying to come off drugs, all that stuff. And for the first time, this dude told me that worked there, he's like, you're either going to have to commit yourself or you're going to have to leave because you can't do it halfway in, halfway out. It's just not going to work. The program doesn't work like that. You either got to be all the way in or you got to be all the way out. And I sat in my room that night, and for the first time since I cried out to God. And I was like, God, what do you want me to do? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to stay in this program and commit myself? I wanted to change, but I didn't know what to do. So I cried, man, just please let me know you're here. Give me a sign. I don't care what kind of sign, just give me a sign. I kid you not, that next morning, I got my sign. This lady come up to me. She had this little pamphlet, and she had no idea about anything that happened. And she come up, and it's this book on verses and things that God tells you in times of struggle. She gave me that book, but she also gave me her advice on why I should stay in rehab and commit myself. And I was like, all right, God, I got you. So, I did. I committed myself. I finished out the program. And at the very end of the program, my grandparents that I hadn't really got to know growing up, and they lived in Lakes, Tennessee, and they told me, if I need somewhere to go, I could come stay with them. And I was a little hesitant at first because I was not used to, relying on anybody for anything. But I kind of felt like something, I didn't really talk to God, I didn't know God, I didn't have a relationship with Him, but I felt like that's what He was wanting me to do. And so I did. I went and I was like, this is an opportunity to get to know Him anyway while I get my life straight. So for the first time, when I went there, I could see good coming out of a bad situation. My family was getting to talk, parents are divorced, and so they didn't really talk, and during me being in rehab, everyone was kind of coming together, and they were all trying to support me, And that was God working. I didn't even know that was God working at the time, but that was God working to bring us all together. And, you know, he was there for me, even though I wasn't there for him. I didn't even know him, you know? And so, I went to my grandparents, and from the moment I stepped in that door, they gave me this love, and I couldn't even describe it, man. It was like overwhelming love. They did so much for me. They made me so, like, they made me feel awesome. And my grandma, she invited me to church. And, you know, I was like, I knew God was real, but I was like, you know, I guess if you believe in God, you should go to church. That's what Christians do. They go to church and work. So I was like, that's how I become a good person. I go to church and I work. So I started going to church with them. And let me tell y'all, from the very first time I stepped into that church, I seen something in all these people's eyes. And I didn't know what it was, but man, I was like, why do they look so peaceful and free? Like, what is that? I want that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I was like, I'll keep going to church. Like, I want that look too. And so I did. I kept going to church every Wednesday, every Sunday. And but I wasn't building a relationship with God. I was like, as long as I go to church, that's good enough. You know, but it's not. You have to build a relationship with God.
Right.
And I didn't love him enough to build a relationship with him. And it's like, how can he help if I only let him in part of the way? Like, that's like asking, you know, for your advice, and then when you go to give me your advice, turning around and not listening to anything you have to say. Like, it's not going to work. And so I wasn't ready for God to help me. Like, I wanted to change, but I wasn't ready for God and all, you know, the things I had to do to be, I thought I had to do to be a Christian. I didn't know it's so easy. But, no, Jeremiah 17:5 says, "Cursed is the man who trusts in man and makes flesh his own strength, who turns his heart away from the Lord." And that's what I was doing. I was making flesh my own strength. You know, like, I wasn't making God my strength. I still thought I was strong. And, but from there, things only started to get bad. Like, I asked God for his forgiveness, but I didn't fill myself with the word. And the devil came back at me ready to attack. And I wasn't wearing God's armor. I wasn't, you know, protecting myself in him. I didn't know he was going to come at me like that. And before I knew it, the devil was back in my door. You know, he was back in my head, and he kept saying, "What are you doing here? You're an addict. You can't seriously think you're good enough for God. Like, look at yourself. You're never going to change." And with that, you know, I got so in my head and feeling so bad. I was like, he's right. Like, I'm just an addict. Like, that's all I'm ever going to be. And I left. I went back, and I started getting high again. And I went back to the only thing I knew that, you know, I was worthy of, which is the drugs. And this poem is called "Married to the Drug." So, why do you tell me I'm so different, but I'm here with the rest of the world still spinning? It's a struggle every day to tell myself I'm okay, still looking for the needle to take the pain away. I'm stuck with this addiction, nothing else seems to be sticking. It's the only thing that makes me feel normal for a minute. I've asked God for his forgiveness, but I still sit here in sin as this jail's my witness. I don't expect you to get it, I don't expect you to understand. This world is selfish, and it stole my heart with its greedy hand. You tell me I can't have it back if I never make a change, but when I change my ways, it still ended the same. And when I look to see who's got my back, everyone turns away. I'm clean and I'm sober, my mind is still with it. The joke's on me, the drugs have my life centered. I feel my brain is very tired and it's driving me insane. Why can I forgive myself and get this heroin out of my veins? I'm not a good person, I leave everyone hurting. I'd marry that drug behind the black curtain. If I could divorce it and leave it like that, maybe God would say, okay, give me my heart right back. But I'm sitting in the dark, remembering marriage is till death do we part. So, I wrote that when I first got in SEG, and I was like, you know, I'm just an addict, like, I'm not good enough for anything else. And with me, like, being an addict, in my mind was like, it's always stuck with you, but it's not. Like, you think that you can't overcome addiction, but you can, you just have to do it in the right ways.
Right.
And you have to be able to, like, you have to work for it. It's not something that just happens, it's something that you have to work for. But, through that, you know, I was so down, and there was nothing else for me out there. But, you know, what's awesome is God was there for me. Even though I wasn't being faithful to God, God was being faithful to me. Because I had already asked God into my life, and he was going to let me go through these tough times, but he wasn't going to let me fail. He wasn't going to let me lose. He was going to let me go through these trials and tests and stuff, and, you know, I had to fall for a little bit to realize how great God is.
Amen.
Like, if I wouldn't have seen everything that was bad, I wouldn't know how great God is and all the stuff that he can do. And he knew that. He knew what I had to go through to be able to see him and how great he was and how much I needed him. 1 Corinthians 10:13 says, "There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common for man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it." You know, like, we're going to go through temptations and stuff, but God's always going to make a way out of it. And He's never going to tempt you more than what you can handle. Like, you might think you're failing, and you might think you're at rock bottom, but God's not going to let you go through it if you can't handle it. He's gonna always have a way out for you. And God knows our hearts and He hears our cries. I became so drained in my heart of hearts, man. I was ready to really be out of my addiction at the time. I remember a week before I went to jail, I was sitting in the truck, and I was sitting there for like an hour. I was crying, man. I was like, God, I need you. Like, I haven't needed you ever before, like I need you now, but I need you now.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting there, and I just sat there in silence, cried, and sat there in silence, and I just asked God for His help. I didn't know what I wanted Him to help me or how I wanted Him to help me, but He answered me. A week later, I was thrown into jail. Sometimes we expect God to help us in the way we think we need to be helped, but that's not how it works. He helps us how He knows we needed to be helped, and He knew that jail was the only place that was going to keep me still and like show me I need to be able to listen to Him. So I knew it was God when the very first thing I seen in myself, kid you not, was "Be still and know that I'm God."
Amen.
I was like, I laughed, and I was like, God, how do you want me to be still? Look at me, I'm a mess. Like, how am I supposed to listen right now? And I wasn't ready to listen, you know, and I still thought that I couldn't be saved. Like, I thought I was too far gone, and there was no hope for me. And that's just how I felt. And this poem is called "Too Late." It's too late to say to me, it's time to leave me be. You don't know what's going on? I'm way too far, I'm way too gone. I can't erase these memories, God knows they're haunting me. I'm better on my own when I'm feeling like God's enemy. I can't control my anger when all I see is hate. This is all a big nightmare. Lord, why can't I see? What happened to the happiness? What is this darkness in me? Where's the path of right and wrong? There's no choice when it leads you to the same place, same nightmare all along. I can't wake up from this dream. Yeah, I've given up on me. I'm somewhere lost in the deep blue sea. So cast me to hell. Wait, I'm already there, sitting in the middle, torturing myself as the devil plays that golden fiddle. There's no angel to save me. The envelope is sealed. It's too late to be healed. It hurts me now to even think that I was at that point in my life. And to think that anybody could think God couldn't save them. Because God can. He can save anybody. And I can't believe I was even at that point of thinking God couldn't save me. But He can. He's always there for you. As soon as you call for Him, and He hears you, He knows you need Him, He's going to be there. And so I feel bad for anybody, guards, everybody who had to deal with me. First few weeks, maybe my first couple months of jail. I was in a hot mess, man. I was so angry with myself that I was taking it out in any way that I could. I was looking for distractions everywhere. Anything to get my mind off myself and how angry I was at myself. I was getting in trouble, guard up, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I started going to this class called Are You?
Amen.
But I didn't start going because I wanted to. I started going because my grandma got me in jail, or got me in class. She didn't get me in jail, I got myself in jail. But so she got me in the class, and you know, I really didn't even want to go, but I didn't want to disappoint. I didn't have the heart to tell her no, to be honest. I couldn't tell her no. I mean, I was already in jail, like I can't disappoint her anymore. So I kept going to the class, and the only reason I kept going to the class is because I met my instructor, who's like the most amazing person ever. I'm telling you guys, she has this way to draw you in with her kindness and sincerity, and she keeps so many people going to RU. And with them, when they keep going, they start to like listen to what they're saying. They may not want to be there first, but after a while, they start hearing, you know, what you're trying to say. And so even though sometimes, you know, you think that you're not getting anywhere, that you are. Like, people are still listening to you. May not seem like it. I'm sure it didn't seem like I was listening my first few months there, but I was. And but God still had a lot to work on my heart before I was ready to commit myself to the class. And to me, it was time to realize that I was broken. I was a broken person, and God was ready for me to be still. powerful, and it gives you a lot of time to think about yourself. But I woke up every day, every morning it began to hit me. I was a broken person, and I was tired of being broken, you know? This is called broken. The drugs stole my soul and the scars bound me down. I'm reaching for your hand, but I'm surrounded by my doubt. I got so much on my mind, always looking for an out. I don't recognize myself as I'm standing right here. Is that really my face I'm staring in the mirror? All this depression that you see, trying to fix it with some meds. The doc's telling me it's a chemical imbalance in my head. I'm looking for distractions to replace the thoughts that always race, leaving nothing but a broken person standing in my space. If you knew what I went through, you know the price I'm willing to pay. My life's not a big deal when you look at it that way. See, God can't fix us until we realize that we're sinful, broken people. Right. Every single one of us are sinful, broken people. Right. And I had lost hope in pretty much everything. I didn't believe anything good could come to me. But I had the littlest bit of faith in God. And I'm so glad all it takes is a little bit of faith.
Yeah.
Because He's got you from that point. He says in Matthew 17:20, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall move, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. See, it just takes a little bit of faith, and God will take you the rest of the way. And He'll build your faith up for you when you need it. I was about to die. But every time I hit a hard spot, you know, God was there with me. Every time I was like, man, I can't get past this, God said, yes, you can. He gave me an outlet, a way to handle things when it became too much for me. He showed me I could write when I couldn't talk. He showed me I could walk when I couldn't run. He showed me there was hope when I had none. God gave me everything when I had nothing. He never promised us that He would prevent bad things from happening to us, but He always promised to comfort us and to love us and be there with us.
Yeah.
And so, you know, He might not stop something bad from happening, but He's walking through it with you. Jesus already went through everything bad, temptations, anything, trials, you know, He's beaten everything for us, and He went through all that stuff that you could possibly envision being horrible, and He still goes through it with us. Every single one of us that goes through it, He's going through it again with us. And, Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd. I'm sure a lot of y'all know this, so if y'all want to, y'all can say it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for Thou art with me. Thy rod and Thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. After I realized I was broken, I started to question who I was. When you start doing drugs and stuff and get so far in addiction, you kind of lose sight of who you are. And that's what I was trying to figure out how I was and how to become a good person again. And so this is called Who Am I? Can't remember who I am anymore. Question every thought I have is a chore. Trying to figure out when this all started. I know I used to be a good person, but that all fell apart and departed. I used to laugh all the time when I felt free. Had jokes for days, and it all came naturally. Now I walk around with these chains on my feet. You can't see them, but they're weighing me down heavily. I got to fight just to make a smile. Tell everyone I'm happy, and they believe it for a while. I'm skeptical of myself in every way. All my contradicting thoughts making me a lot weaker than I'd like to say. I've got the good and the bad, it's different every day. The only thing that doesn't change is how I hate myself for the mistakes I make. I want to do good, but I feel it's too late. I danced with the devil, and he left me with an ugly face. I try to cover it, but he's laughing because I'm still a disgrace. How do you get that out of your mind and tell yourself you're okay? I was ready for change. I wanted my life to be different. So I was ready to listen, and I was ready to know how. And when I got out of SEG, I started going back to RU. And this time when I started going back to RU, I was so consumed with being angry with myself that I saw it. And I was like, man, there it is again. Like, there's that look in their eyes. All these RU ladies, they got that same look. I see them at church. They got it too. And I was like, I really wanted this time. I was like, I'm going to listen this time. So I started listening. And I started really paying attention to what they had to say. And I started, reading my Bible a little more. I started getting to know God a little more. And things were starting to look up. I was ready ready to commit myself to God, and I was ready to commit myself to this class and learn about God. And so this is called Quest. I'm on a quest and I'm looking for God. They say you're here with me. Well, I've opened my ears. I'm dropping to my knees, so Lord, take all my fears. You've given me sight, but I'm still a blind man. I realize that, and I'm waiting on your master plan. Please forgive me and take me by the hand. Teach me how to bury the devil in the sand. He had a hold of me and he burnt me all up. Told me I wasn't worthy of your love. But I sit here on my knees and I'm still scarred up. But the scars help me, and I'm all scarred up. But the scars help me remember there's only one Father above. That Jesus died for our sins so we could all be loved. The more I began to read my Bible, the more my love for God grew. I didn't know that God cared so much about all of us.
Amen.
Like, He really does. And it doesn't matter what we do, it doesn't matter what we go through, how much trouble we cause, you know. You commit the worst thing you could possibly think of, and He's still on our side. Like, He's still there for us, and He's still there to help us come out of it. And when bad things happen, like, He's the one that gets you, He's the one that holds you together. He's the one that keeps you, like, He gives you hope, and He gives you that future I was talking about. Like, that's all Him. There's no, you can't confuse that with anything else. It's God. And it's always been God. Like,
Right.
Since before we were here, before our grandparents and everybody else was here, it's always been God. He's here first, and He's going to be here last. And you can think of, like, the person that you love the most in this world, and God's love far outdoes that by anything that you can count up to. Tell me, like, way more than that. And all He wants from us is to be able to be in a relationship with us. Like, He doesn't expect us to be perfect people. He doesn't expect us to follow these guidelines that you think you're supposed to do when you're a Christian. All He wants is a relationship, and for you to build a relationship with Him because He loves you. Like, it's nothing more than that. It's like, you got kids, it's like a relationship with your kids. Same concept. Like, He just wants a relationship with you. That's all it is. And, like, time and time, I hear people blame God for things, and, you know, why? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? I ask God why more times than I can count to 100. I mean, probably 600-700 just while I was in jail. And, but you can't do that when you're busy blaming God for things. You don't see all the blessings that He's given you that's right in front of you. See, we need to be praising God for giving us grace and saving us from our sins. He gives us a future, and He makes one little stop. Like, we have a heaven, a kingdom to go to with Him. And He's already prepared it for us. Like, we ain't got to do nothing. We ain't got to pay for it, got to build up the house or nothing. He's already got it for us. And so we really should give Him all the glory He deserves, you know.
Amen.
This is called Quit Asking Why. You call on me, and I turn from your side. Then bad things happen, and I say, God, why? I blamed you for the pain and the enemy's game. Fell right into the hands of the deceitful and shame. Life always seemed easier than the faith and the trust. Now looking at it, faith and love is a must. If you want to be free and you want to be happy, put your old ways down and open your Bible. Quit asking God why and let Him show you His way. There will come the day that you will not sway. So live for God and keep your faith strong. He's the one who's loved you through right and wrong. I noticed every day I started putting a little more trust in God. And I became aware that God's always going to be there for me. Like, when nobody else is there for me, or when I think nobody else is there for me, God's always there for me. Like, and you don't need anybody else there for you. Like, He's enough. And He's always wanted the best for me, you know. I realized He was the key to my freedom. I couldn't make myself free of my own addiction. Nobody else could do it. But God was the one who could free me from my addiction. And I prayed. I started praying every night. And even, like, I was building my trust in God, but I was still every night, I was like, God, please take my addiction from me. Please. I still had the urges, you know, like, I still wanted to get high. Not all the time, but I did. And I was like, God, just please take it from me. I don't know how you're going to do that. It's like an impossible task, but please just do it. And every night I prayed, and I was like, just asking every single night. And time started going on, you know, months, 2 months later, I started feeling the urges weakening. Like, they were still there, but they were getting weaker. And one day I woke up and I realized, like, I didn't want to get high no more. Like, I was like, I don't want to get high no more. There's so much trouble with that, and I didn't have the urges I had before. Even, you know, He took that from me, and it was amazing. Like, I actually felt it leave me. I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought it was going to be struggle the rest of my life, but He really took it from me. And He can take it from anybody. Like, He can take anything you want Him to take from you. You just pray, you got to stick with it, and He'll take it. And, So this is called freedom. God, take my demons and let me be healed. Set me from my addiction and the devil that kills. I'm done with them demons inside of them pills. I'm done with the devil. I'm ready to be still. I wasn't planning to meet you when I came to this place. I thought I'd keep to myself with plenty of space. But I'm changing my ways, and you know I believe you've given me the gift that everyone should receive. This world is not easy, tempting you to deceive. The Lord above all, the Lord of peace. But open your eyes, it's not too late to see. God can work a miracle. Look at me, I'm free. My addiction is gone. With God, I'm strong. I'm ready to fight and make my life right. I can do anything with Jesus in my sight. I was doing great. I was giving God all my problems, you know. Anytime something's going on, I was like, God, just take it, man.
Amen.
And he was coaching me on how to fight battles. He was instructing me on how to wear the armor of God. And he was showing me I didn't have to do any of this alone anymore. And what God was doing, he's prepping me for my first big test. And the one thing that I was never able to do without God, and it was say no to drugs. And this girl, she got brought into my pod. I knew her because she just got out a couple weeks before she came in there. She had drugs, clear she was high. And I knew she had drugs, and she told me about them, and she told me what it was, and it wasn't just any drugs, it was my drug of choice. And I was like, man, I would have been ready to take that. I would have jumped at that opportunity, but it was different this time. My heart was racing. I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, I don't want it, but it's there, and, you know. And I started crying, and I went up to my room, and I started praying to God. I was like, God, please help me. I want it. I want to do this. I don't want to hear me. I want it out. I can't do it. And I did. I cried like all day. I was so worked about that. And I was like, why is this happening after how far I came, and now this is going to happen right here. And I didn't think I was ready for it, but when I wasn't ready for it, God showed me He had the strength for me. I felt weak, but God had strength, and I used God's strength. His strength showed through me that day. And I told Him no, and I didn't do them drugs. And so, like, you know, you're going to feel weak at times, but that's cool, because you have God's strength. You don't need your strength all the time. Like, it's going to wear you out if you use your strength all the time. So this is called Tempted. I felt weak for a minute, then I was strong. I looked to you, God, to carry me along. I only cried for a moment, then kept on hoping. I could pass the temptation. I prayed and was patient. You blessed me with who I needed, who helped and who leaded, to put you, God, first and keep me from hurt. For when the test came, I was able to refrain. Then I looked at myself and seen a good person remained. See, we beat the devil that time. I knew I passed that temptation. But the devil's mad. I would have hated to see his face that day. He was mad. So he wasn't done with me. He started attacking me in a way that, like, was a problem with me way before drugs ever were a problem. Way before drugs, alcohol, anything. He started attacking, like, my confidence and my self-worth, and he started getting in my head that way. Because he couldn't get at me with the drugs. I was able to say no to that, but so he tried, you know, a different way. And he thought he was going to get me that way, but, you know, I thought about it, and I was like, God pulled me through the first one. He's going to get me through this one. And so I prayed to God. I talked to him, and I was like, told him how I felt. You know, like, I was ready. I told him exactly how I felt, and I just prayed. And I was like, man, I just need you to help me. And so this is called prayer. 2 steps forward and 1 step back. All the hope I have, it never seems to last. Heading in your direction, but there's things in my path. I know you can move mountains, but I'm in the devil's grasp. He's trying to pull me back and put me in my past. In the hardest of my days, he's easy to pull me away. Then your hand gets further as you look at me in dismay. I read my Bible and I pray to you today. Lord, don't let me fall back and guide me in your way. You give me the strength, but I still have my weaker days. And when I'm afraid, will you hold me in your hand? Give me the things to remind me that this is your plan. With prayer and God's word, I kept moving forward, and I kept getting stronger. I was on the right path, and I knew it felt awesome, and everything felt right, like it was something I never felt before. Like, it really felt right this time. And like with God, I had a future, and I had hope, and I knew I had a future with Him. I was happy. I was really happy, and so I wanted to show my appreciation to God, and I was sorry. I was like, how can I serve God? You know, like, He's done all this for me. I want to serve Him. Like, how do I do that? And so I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know, as God's child, I should probably know the commandments. And I'm like, yeah, I should know the commandments. So I'm in jail and I'm like, all right, where's the commandments at? I don't know where it's at in the Bible. But there's no Google in jail, so I thought about asking my RU teacher, and then I was like, no, she's gonna look at me like, how do you not know your commandments? And I was gonna say she wouldn't have thought that at all, but like, it was just my thoughts. And so I did the only option I had left, and it was to ask God and wait. And I did ask God, and I waited, and it still amazes me how quick He can answer your prayers, man. And a week later, I got in a new phase in the RU, and it was over the commandments. I was like, oh, look at this. So I started to learn the commandments, and it was great. So I wrote this thing, and it's called Commandments. God forgives you and grants freedom when you ask. All the things you went through, it's time to leave it in the past. He created this world for me and for you. There's only a few things that we need to do. Trust in the Lord and stay under His wing. Smile real big, because the devil will flee. Read the Bible, the stories are true. You must follow the commandments that are given to you. First serve God, which our responsibilities will be. You shall have no other God but our God Almighty. Don't act as a God or worship one another. Our devotion is to God, not to each other. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain, for when you do, you only put His name to shame.
Yes.
Don't forget the Sabbath day, it should remain holy. You should do nothing that day, but focus on God solely. The next commandments are responsibilities to others. Number 1 will be honor thy father and thy mother. The next is real simple, you shall not kill. It's God's decision to take us at His own will. Thou shalt not commit adultery, be the one that you choose. If you sleep with another, it's only bad news. Thou shalt not steal, you would not like how it feels if the tables were turned and things were stolen that you earned. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Being truthful is not hard labor. Thou shalt not covet for the things that are not yours. These are commandments for which our heart shall store. God doesn't expect much from us. In our lives, He lets us choose. So when it comes down to it, we pick the path God laid out for you. I could never really tell y'all how awesome, I mean, for those of you that have it, how great the peace and joy that God gives you. And if it was as easy as like telling you, hey, do this, and you listen, and the whole world would have the peace of God, but it's not that easy. Some of us just have to go through difficulties to see it. And but God's love is unconditional. There's no love on earth that could be compared to it. And if you seriously sit there and think about it, God sent His Son, Jesus Christ, down here. And Jesus Christ went through every temptation and torment, and He could have stopped that at any point in time. He didn't have to do that. Like, He could have been like, no, God, I don't want to do it no more. I'm done. And He could have stopped, but He didn't. He went through every single bit of it and got hung on the cross to die. And He died. He did that because for us, because He loved us, and He died for our sins. And that kind of love, like, I don't know anything else that could ever be compared to it. Like, there's just not. And, like, the sooner you realize that, the better your life is going to be. Like, if you realize that and you build your relationship with Him, like, that's the best life you can have, and you'll feel it. And when you have someone that loves you that much, like, why would you not want to know Him and be, have Him as your best friend? And every night before I go to bed, still do it every single night, I sit there and I think about how awesome God is and how amazing He is and how my faith in Him is something that I just couldn't live without again. Like, it's something that I wouldn't ever not want to know. And but I want everyone to know, like addicts, anyone who goes through depression, anything, even though you're doing everything right and giving everything to God like you're supposed to, and you're still going to have bad days because you're human. Like, it's just part of you. But it's what you do with, them bad thoughts or them bad days. It's what you do with that's important. You can either give it to God and handle it with Him, or you can sit there and dwell on it and let the devil in. Like, it's up to you. And as soon as you realize, like, all you gotta do is give it to God, you're gonna get past anything, especially like addiction and stuff. When you have that day and you're like, oh man, I can get high today. You're like, no, I don't want to. God, like, I need you to be with me today. And He's gonna pull you through that. You can't sit there and dwell on it. Our God is limitless and powerful, and He can cure us of anything. He can cure us of anything, any desires we have, and that this one I don't really have a title for, just didn't really title it, but I saw all the signs, all the little hints. The addiction had me, even against my better judgment. My heart had to feel its desires. My soul was numb, and the drugs made me tired. I drowned out God's voice even as it got louder. I had to inject the toxins because I thought I had the power. Though we have little control, God's got it much higher. Only He can give grace and take your heart's desires. All the problems in this world, we look for solutions. The easy thing to see is how this world is polluted. The only thing that can fix what you need is playing God's word and spreading that seed. There is a greater knowledge I try to describe. This war going on, you can only see with an open mind. Caught up in this world and living for the flesh. Too many lost souls swimming in distress. Everything you do will have its consequence. Get the wisdom from your Bible and learn to repent. You can't compare yourself to someone independent. The things God does is completely limitless. See, we face people blaming evil for God. But you have to understand that God's not to blame for the evil. The devil is to blame for evil. If it was up to God, we would know nothing of sin. When the devil tempted Adam and Eve with the fruit of life, he was being deceitful. When Eve took a bite of the fruit, it opened her mind to the good, the knowledge of the good and bad. And like the devil lied to her, and just like he lies to us, and he does that because he is evil. And that's not God. Like, God is not evil, and so we can't sit there and blame him for that. Bad things that happen stem from sin. And yeah, God can stop the bad things from happening, but he has a plan. You have to know that just because he doesn't do it, not everything he does is meant for you to understand. But you have to know that he has a plan, like a greater plan. He's doing things for good works, and he has a bigger picture that we can't always see. And so you just have to know that. That's where your faith comes in. Like, something bad happens, you still have that faith in God because he is doing something good for you. And so this is Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. This is called God is with us. We are born with a sinful nature, as the devil tries to lie to us about God our Creator. Adam and Eve's mind was open. Tempted by Lucifer, they learned about sin. He makes it look good, then tears you down, watching and laughing in the background. We wonder how God lets evil in, but it was not him. We let the devil win. See, we're not so different from Adam and Eve, tempted by Lucifer, who always deceives. But God will deliver us. He always forgives. It's God's grace that is sufficient. Our Father is loving, and our Father is kind. He's healing more than just the blind. We come to him with many faults, angry and hurt, broken and lost. We're trapped in our minds where freedom is sought, and because of Jesus' blood, freedom was bought. Amen. He will never leave us, never part. God can soften even the hardest hearts. See, I was locked up from November 10th, 2017 to September 25th, 2018. And over that time, God worked a miracle on me. He worked hard, He restored my soul. He gave me a life and a purpose. And it's because of him that I am free from addiction. I don't ever want to go back to it. Amen. If it wasn't for him, like, I wouldn't be over it. But I'm telling you, man, he can cure you of anything. He can take everything for you. And I thank God every single day for how much he's changed me and how much he has made me grown. And for the person I am today, and I owe everything to him. Amen. Like, everything is because of him, and I know that. So I was sitting there, it's like last week sometime, and I was like, you know, we're always talking about needing our faith in God. And I was sitting there wondering, what is God's faith like in us? And he answered me as this. He said, my child, when you had no faith, I had faith for you. Amen. When you had no hope, I had hope for you. It's because of God's faith in me that I was, changed. And because I didn't have faith in myself, but it's God's faith. And that's why I was changed. And, beauty for ashes. It's Isaiah 61:3. I look at myself every day in the mirror, and I now see the same thing that I wanted, that peace and joy that I see in all these other women. Amen. And I finally have it now, and it's great, man. I want everybody to have it. I really do. This last time I have is called Forward. We're moving forward where life isn't too hard, and the devil can never be too far. Yeah, we're moving onward where better things are, and our life's not charred. It doesn't matter what you've done. It only matters how far you've come. We're not falling back in that pit where the darkness had us hid. Now we're traveling on a road that's lit, where God shows His grace and His mercy is. It doesn't mean the troubles won't find us, because you know the devil's always trying to harm us. But we're not meant to fight that battle alone. It's a spiritual warfare going on. So we'll keep God close and live life as He shows, then watch as our spirits grow. Now it's time to count our blessings, because not everything's an easy lesson.
Amen.
Romans 12:12, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulations, and continuing in instant prayer. Yeah, man, I'm so grateful. Thank y'all all for listening to me today. I talked a lot. I really want some water right now. I actually have a treat for y'all. Didn't ask Harry if this is okay, so I'm just gonna kind of do it. But hope it's cool.
You're not gonna laugh, are you? You're gonna laugh.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Actually, my friend here is gonna sing. He's gonna sing a song real quick.
Okay.
And I think y'all will enjoy it.
Definitely thank God that Haley's got that new look.
Amen.
The day after I got saved, she was the first person I went up to and asked if she knew the Lord. I praise God that she finally found Him.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and set